The lightbringer is the person, who recognizes the danger, who alerts other people, and then is prepared to confront those who are responsible for the danger. And I think that they walk among us.
Yes.
That we're lucky enough, I think, that there's been a huge uptick of those who are coming onto the planet right now, because the planet is in such dire straits that there are souls coming among us. Whether you call them crystal children or the indigo children or whatever they are, it's a new breed.
Yes.
And I think in the line of business that you're at and Paul is at and I'm at right now, we get to encounter some of these people.
Yes.
And sometimes they're not just young children anymore. In the last week, I've had 3 conversations, a person in Texas, a person in Ireland, and a person in Oregon, who I regard as absolute mystics. They just came out of the ether to kind of talk about, what they're doing and what they're experiencing and what their mission is right now. And I call those the light bringers. And so, I think that there's a huge uptick. People are coming awake, and it's these 3 functions: recognizing, alerting, and confronting.
Very beautiful. Yeah. Thank you. Paul.
Yes, I want to pick up on that language that Sean mentioned there, star children, indigo children. We all know people who are light bringers, and then history has recognized some major ones. So John the Baptist would be one, Jesus Christ, Lao Tzu, Buddha. And I find it very interesting that almost all of them have a story around their conception and birth that would frame them as indigo children or star children.
Yes.
And so there are 2 layers then to the story. Here are some wonderful, empowered human beings who have shaken off the fear, who are living courageously, who are speaking truth, and who are helping humanity. And why are they different? It's because of another layer of help. Cosmic company that had some impact, influence on their conception, their gestation, their birth, their nurture. And suddenly we realize we have helpers, not just on the planet's surface, but out there in the ether as well.
Around each of us.
And the moment you begin to, around every one of us, I believe every one of us has an invisible support team. And in my coaching, I will almost always say to my clients, I'm beginning to believe that each one of us has an invisible team of helpers. I've yet to have a coaching client not say, I'm coming to believe that as well. And it's not because they've been taught it. Their parents didn't teach them, their church didn't teach them, but they are experiencing it. And I think it's very, very important to know this, that we are not alone to piece the puzzle together or find our path. We have help all around us, bringing synergies, synchronicities, little nudges here and there to get us on a path to explore fulfillment, health. And I think to know that we have that individually, that we have that company at a planetary level, ought to give us confidence to go at things in a little bit of a bolder way and not feel that we're living this life on a tightrope.
Right.
If we make one mistake, everything will go wrong. No, it's not like that. We have heaps of help, and we're here to explore what's possible.
And there is an innate grace in all of it.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Were you going to say something, Sean?
I was, yeah. It reminds me of another vision I had many, many years ago of the planet itself. And I saw every line of a latitude and every line of a longitude, and at every intersection point, and at the North Pole and the South Pole, was a being of light stationed. So I calculated it at the end of the vision, that's 64,442. Now that's just a symbolic number, but what it represented is just Paul just said. It's not just that every trailing clouds of glory do we come from God who is our home as individuals, but that the very planet itself there's a sheath of light beings surrounding the planet in its evolutionary trajectory right now. The number 64,442 is just symbolic, but that we're surrounded by light and by light bringers. Even the planet itself is.
Absolutely. Yeah. So now we're going to go to the Lightbringers Manifesto. So let's have fun with this one, Paul. This is a one that you have put together, right? And I'll just read it and you comment. Each of you do quick comments. We're almost at the end of our time again. Can you believe it? So make quick comments to each as we go, okay? We're in a battle for the soul of the planet, and so God is sending in the warriors of Lightbringers whose mission is to take education away from the child molesters, right?
Yes.
And so any comments you want to make on any of these quick comments, you're welcome to. to take economics away from the banksters.
The education part, absolutely. If you listen particularly to children talking about close encounters, they are education appointments about how we're living on the planet. And we've just had royal commissions to bring light to help us to understand how the education and upbringing of our children has been poisoned in the past.
Yes.
Yes, I think we're at a moment of light coming to new generations to push us in a more positive direction.
Complete overhaul of the education system. Absolutely.
Yes.
And now we have taking economics away from the banksters,
Right.
which is critical.
Absolutely.
To find health and balance and for everyone to have at least a chance at their share of resources.
Absolutely.
So, yes.
Yes.
Take healing.
I think finding
Yes, go ahead.
finding each other. I think that relates to finding each other, creating more local economies.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that's what we're looking towards in the decades ahead.
I absolutely believe it's going to be community and helping one another. Taking healing away from big pharma.
Yeah. So this is going back to something Paul said a few minutes ago as well, this realization that in the past, the witches, in fact, were healing women who had extraordinary knowledge of plant life and whatever. And so we need to go back to homeopathy, naturopathy, plant
Yes.
medicines of various kinds. You know, local, you kind of...
The intelligence is already
It's already in the
birthed
body
here.
and
Yes.
it's already in the communities. So taken away from these multi-billionaire classes who are trying to kill us, and make money in the process.